got a great matchup for you. Hey, everybody, welcome back. We are here bringing you more Purple Rain Valorant. We got...
What's up?
I'm sorry. I was so, in my own head with that entire thing. Sorry, guys. Let me try this again.
Do one more. Also, push that.
Oh, push it away?
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Run it back.
All right.
One
Welcome
more,
back,
Evan.
everybody. We are here for week 2 of Purple Rain, the first ever collegiate women's Valorant series. This is the second annual time that we've done this. We're excited to be here with you all today.
Week 2, I think you mentioned week 2.
Yep.
All right, cool. Just make sure we hit all the points. Speaking of, GCU Esports and Purple Rain are both powered by Rockstar Energy. Their energy drinks keep you feeling like a rock star and energized throughout the day. We could not have this event without them. It's what, like a $5,000
It is a
prize pool?
$5,000 prize pool that
Yeah.
Rockstar has backed for the last 2 years.
Yes, helping all these young women come out and compete and get a big bag of cash at the end.
Yes, we are. So, we've got a great matchup for you today. We've got the Desert Duel.
Ooh, hit me with it, Evan.
We got the Valley Showdown. We got the Arizona... I can't think of any other alliteration.
A rivalry as old as time.
We have got ASU
maybe not that
versus GSU, the Snaley clan versus GCU Lavender. On both sides, we've got some amazing players here. For GCU, we've got Tiana Reese, we've got Serena, Smalu, Serial Killer, and Hakosuka. On the Snaley clan side, we've got Rin, Taznumi, Asian Sensation, Cruiserly, and Vengeful. And I got all those done before the matchup went away.
Good job, Evan.
I'm getting better
you
at
got
that.
the graphic timing right up
I
here.
think last time I did it, I got through the first half of the team, and I didn't get the other half, and I felt really bad.
But now nothing gets past you.
Nothing gets past me. So we got a great matchup today. I've been looking through both of the teams, kind of seeing what we got on both sides. It's looking like a very even matchup. We got a couple diamonds, a couple immortals on immortal on each side. We got a couple diamonds on each side.
I mean, listen up.
This is a couple goals. You know, we're stretching across the ranks here, but it is equal on both sides. So this is going to be a very intense matchup.
I mean, hey, listen up. This is a rivalry for a reason. You gotta have each other in swinging distance if you want to make it a good game. And I think this is gonna be a pretty good game. Maybe even going to game 3.
It will
be a little bit of overtime. Well, who knows what we can really expect tonight?
Yeah, but first matchup we got going into Lotus. It is a 3-site map. The big gimmick on this Lotus map is that there are rotating doors on the C side and on the A side going from rubble to tree, and we've got a door going from C link to B site. Yes. These rotating doors, they actually just tweaked them a little bit in the last few weeks before they came up with their Lunar New Year update. The doors actually move slower towards the middle now. Now, originally, they did slow down, but they were kind of quick. You know, you couldn't really bait the door. They slowed it down a little bit, so it speeds up quick, and then as it hits that kind of middle 180-degree point, that 90-degree point on the door, it will actually slow down to a very minuscule pace. And then as it hits about that 120 to 5-degree angle, it'll speed back up and close.
Very interesting. You're gonna have to look out for that.
It is. We're definitely gonna have to look out for that door, see what kind of plays they've got. Yes. The big thing is these doors. It's not. It's like a revolving door. You know, you can go in on both sides. So you're definitely gonna be looking for some outplays there. A lot of people like to hear that door being hit and try and read the enemy team to see which side they're going on and which side that they can kind of bait out. You know.
Yeah. What's the next map, Evan? Let's see what we have to expect for the rest of this set.
For the rest of the set, map 2 is going to be Ascent. You saw it last week. I believe you saw it in both matchups.
Yes, we
it's
did.
a very, very common map, a very simple map. It is a 2-site with 2 doors. Kind of very simple. You know, it is a classic. It is the only map pool, as I mentioned last. It is the only map in pool. I apologize. That has never been removed from competitive play.
Yes.
It is a staple of the Valorant community.
Very few updates as well.
Very few updates. That map has actually not been updated.
Right, yeah.
Very
few, and by very few I mean
by
zero.
Very few, I mean very few,
Zero.
as in settle.
The fewest possible.
And then map 3, we got Bind, a personal fan favorite of mine. The gimmick on that map being teleporters. You can go from the B site to the A site in the blink of an eye, and you can go from the A site to the B site just like that.
The teleporting is definitely going to make for a very exciting game 3 if we do get to that point in the set. It's going to be some, like you said, some very strong outplays.
Yes, and Bind, obviously, being a map that we talked about a lot last week, we got to see the map being played, and I had my 2 cents on the map.
Of course.
And it didn't show out the way I thought it was.
Yeah.
Now, Lotus, there isn't necessarily a competitive, what do you want to say? A competitive, meta
Yeah.
As per se, like there's no
not as strongly as there is.
Not as strongly
Ascent.
as Ascent, as we mentioned, as we talked about last week. How Ascent has almost had the same meta every single time you see the map played, except for last week. You know, we saw a little some new ages being played on that map. But yeah, Lotus doesn't necessarily have a competitive meta. So what these players will be playing going into this map, no clue. I know a lot of people actually like to run the Sage on this map. The B side wall, very, very solid. It can be a great hold on that B site. It's actually the smallest of the 3 sites, or it has the shortest walk up to site. So it can be kind of difficult to hold that from the defensive side. If you let the attackers push up, it can be a very quick.
I'm seeing some movement on our observer screen.
It can be a very quick thing. But as we mentioned,
draft. Oh nope. False alarm, folks.
We thought we were going into draft, and then
like
the game baited us.
Yeah.
But we'll be getting into draft.
Tends to happen in esports. What can I say?
It is. But I believe the one agent we'll probably see on this map is that Skye. Skye actually getting nerfed just a few weeks ago, still very powerful. Everybody was like, "Oh, Skye's getting nerfed. She's out of the meta," because she's really only gotten nerfed in the past few updates. But she's still really good. She's still seeing a lot of play over the KO, except on that Ascent map.
Now remind me, Evan, as we're about to go to draft, who is going to be on the defense and who's on the offense for this Lotus map?
I believe that GCU will be seeing the defensive side.
And ASU on the offense?
And ASU will be on the offensive side. So it could be a little bit easier for ASU on the push here. They're looking to get a lot of rounds as GCU is forced into spreading their numbers very thin. A lot of people like to run either the C, like the 2-man C side, or something very similar to that, while sitting one on B, maybe one in the A link into Lotus door. There's a door called Lotus. I'm not sure. I know the one thing that I really hate about 3-sided maps is because defense can be very difficult. Because you're so spread thin, because you're forcing your numbers to be pushed across the map, and that C side to that A side rotation, very long.
Because if you have someone sitting, if you have, for example, your entire team sitting in C, like you're just a sitting duck on 2/3 of the map.
Exactly. That's exactly right. You know, you got it. And then it helps with the doors on the Lotus map. That's kind of why those doors are there. It allows for a quicker rotation. But you still have to be very careful because those doors make alleys. They're not. It's not just, oh, the door's open, I have this big entryway now. They're creating these alleys. So if you open that door, not expecting anybody to be there, and somebody's on the other side with good aim and a good gun, your whole team.
We were just talking about
sitting just like that.
Yeah, we were just talking about sitting ducks. That's the one thing you do not want to. That's the one scenario you don't want to meet in a shooter is a hallway where you were just stuck.
Where you're just standing there like.
It is the epitome of fish in a barrel. It is just.
It's like the 1,000-year stare where you're sitting there like, uh-oh, this isn't good.
Like that.
So.
What's up?
Yeah. So it looks like we're having a little bit of a technical difficulty in game.
It happens.
We're going to go to a quick intermission. It's going to say 3 minutes. It shouldn't be quite that long, but we'll be right back with you guys.
Stay tuned, folks.
Into game, not to us. Hey guys, okay, sorry for that little bit of that little hiccup there, but we are going to go straight into game here. They have actually already drafted, they've already started, and we have got round 1 here. GCU Lavender looking like they're in a 1v4 for Smalu. She gets the one off of the on to the Astra, but she's now vulnerable. Vulnerable meaning you take double damage from all damage you take.
Cover going out. This is what happens when you miss the first couple seconds of a Valorant match. This game is electric. It goes absolutely
fast.
Things
just go quick. You're going to see Tazumi pushing through there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, while we're in between rounds, let's go through the draft since we didn't get to see it. GCU Lavender, we've got a Raze. We see that Sky being played there. The Omen, the KJ, and the Breach. Breach is your primary flashes along with the Sky. Sky is actually going to be running the info on this.
And of course on the Snaley clan for ASU.
Yes, and then on Snaley clan, we've got a very similar matchup. Instead of the Breach, they're running the Gecko. And instead of the Omen, they're running the Astra. The Astra having technically more smokes, but a longer cooldown on the smokes. Omen having just the 2 to start with a fairly longer cooldown. But yeah, we're seeing a Snaley clan kind of defaulting here. They're waiting to see if they can get a pick. Tiana actually going to get taken out there early on in this B site. And then I believe it is actually going to be a fast push.
All right, yeah, it looks like we already have a lot of contact going on. Oh, getting gunned down by Rin. Pretty good shot for Rin, though, as she now brings the ASU up 5-3. We are seeing Smaller kind of trying to peek around this corner. They are pretty sure that they have some contact on that other side. Oh, there we go. Now we're on the races.
Yeah.
Again, getting gunned
Smaller
down
actually
by
going to get sprayed through the box a little bit there. Zarina with a great right click. Serial Killer now getting pushed off of this B side by the mosh pit. They're going to be pushing this B side hard. They're actually going to rotate through that broken Lotus door onto the A site. They're going to end this bomb plant on the A, and it'll be Serial with 11 health. She was not going to be able to get that kill there to keep the round alive. Snaley clan up 2-0 going into round 3.
ASU looking pretty strong in these gunfights. Again, there's just a little bit of hesitance every time we see Lavender kind of get in there where they have that moment of, okay, there's contact coming up, but ASU is just a lot quicker on the trigger.
Round 3 looks like it's going to be a fast push up this C side. They've got bomb in hand. They're not letting it wait for a pick to be had and a site to be taken. It is going to be a C side push unless Lavender can get a nice hold here.
That's what I'm thinking, is that it is looking like GCU is locked down pretty well on C side. And also, it looks like they are actually already aware of.
You've got Serena checking the angle there. She sees 3, maybe 4 players on that side. Rin actually going to counter dog in. Find that util. So Serial Killer actually going to get stunned there. Not great as she gets hit a little bit by those nades down to about 60 HP.
Snaley clan now coming with a full push on C side, although it does look like they're starting to rotate slowly back.
Yes, they are. But you see these 2 Lavender players being sneaky up into this B area.
Yeah.
They're going to be playing this together, looking for those picks as Snaley starts to walk out. The timing could be terrible here. If we look at the Omen, Smalu might actually have an insane read onto this ASU. They know she's there. She's going to be backing up away from these ASU players. You see the Astra just waiting for Serena to push away from this site. And
what's really critical, Evan, is that we've seen GCU Lavender now rotating over the top to make it to A first, because even if Smalu was caught and nearly gunned down there, but thankfully able to evade, she was able to give information to her team that Snaley clan is going to A side here.
Yep.
So now they are going to be ready on the defense.
Serena
it's just a matter of if ASU can make that push a little harder.
Yep. Serena taking that fight onto stairs. Hakosuka actually getting one onto main. Taznumi with the trade. Serena with the counter trade. Smalu getting caught out by that alarm bot. Rin getting a nice headshot, body shot onto Serena. About 2 HP though, as Rin, being that Sky player, cannot heal herself.
Yeah, Rin
ready to push through this Lotus door, gets the blind, gets the kill. She's looking for the other 2 who are on side of this door. Vengeful peeking, gets the kill.
Nice. Yeah, Rin.
Smalu is on this defuse though. They don't realize that she's sticking it, and that will be round 1 to GCU Lavender.
Nice.
Great buy up round for Lavender there, but not exactly what they were looking for from those kills. They're losing 3 on that round, and on your buy round against lighter weapons, that is not what you were looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it is nice that GC was able to come back and really just, again, shut down that offense. Because we were seeing players like Rin kind of run away with the picks there.
Yes.
And that is honestly still helping them a lot in the econ as it is now. So, like you said, GCU is going to have to buy pretty safe if they're not going to get shut out in the next couple rounds. Although, speaking of the next couple rounds, we are off to the races already. Snaley clan kind of splitting up a little bit, looking for info. going to be peeking these corners while GCU and Lavender is pretty much, like you said, forced to do the same thing because of this this 3 split.
Yep, GCU, and as we're looking at it, GCU is loving this rubble push. They love pushing up early, trying to take as much space, not giving Snaley the space of that rubble side, and now they can take Lotus and hold down this defensive side. Snaley clan actually going to take B here. They're Raze, the only one on site. Hakosuka actually getting one from that A-Link side, getting stunned back. And now GCU actually with the retake on this. Grizzly getting one, getting two. Hakosuka getting the trade, and Serial actually getting another one onto Vengeful.
GCU by far winning these interactions.
They are, and that
the smoke.
Taznumi getting a great stun straight through the smoke. They've got to get a defuse here. Smalu trying not to die. Taznumi actually finding the one in the smoke and finding the second on the defuse. That is a great hold from Taznumi there in the 2v2.
Like I said, GCU was coming out on top on pretty much every trade we saw there, but once ASU had the spike planted, they also had the smoke up, and again, GCU was just not able to spray through them long enough because, like you said, it was coming down to the wire where they pretty much needed to start defusing because ASU had kind of put that pressure on. And by the time they started defusing, I mean, like you said, they were trapped in that hallway, whereas smoke on the other side, who really knows what's coming at us.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great round. They got in early. That Gecko wingman actually being the one to plant the bomb there allows them to not even have to push site to get the bomb down. And we see this once again, that blind into the Raze grenade actually kind of being a little tricky there, as the Omen blind is a near site. We're going to see Tiana take a couple of fights here. She's going to get mollied off. This will actually end up killing her in the final seconds. It does 1 health per second with a 100 tick at the end. So if you are sitting in it, you are most likely going to die, but you can kind of get out of it early. Serial going to have to avoid this Skydog, going to have to take the fight here. That Skydog having a large timer. Yeah. Serena here to assist Serial on this push. The blind going out. Another blind going out, hoping to deter the Snaley clan players here from pushing the site. Serena going to get taken out early. Taznumi going to take out Smalu. Serena actually going to get one and get traded. Hakosuka trying to avoid. Actually is going to get the kill onto the planting opponent Raze. But now you see Wingman there being able to plant that. Hakosuka in a 1v3 on this plant scenario. It was going to get blinded. They know where she is. They're looking for her to push. Able to get the one. Down to 70 HP. A great nade coming out into that box. Needs to find this Gecko and is not able to find him in time as she gets taken out.
Really crucial plays there. Number one, managing to down the spike planter before anyone with that rocket. Yes. The thing was, though, again, with the Gecko on the ASU's team, like you said, that wingman was still able to pick up the slack.
It is. This Gecko is playing his role very perfectly. You know, waiting, not necessarily sending in wingman right away, saving it for when he needs it, but also being ready to send him away at the first moment. And it is going to be round 5 here. Snaley clan up 4-1. GCU on a save here. It's looking like maybe a little bit of a half buy. And Snaley clan knowing this, waiting for that early push to come in. They know they've got light weapons. They know they've only got close range. They're going to wait for a 5-man push, but GCU is not going to let them have it. They're going to say, you got to push to me. I'm not giving you the free kills.
Absolutely. We are seeing ASU move pretty in tandem with one another towards the A side. GCU, again, pretty much favoring CNB so far.
Hakosuka hearing that Gecko blind go out. We're seeing the Astro Stars go down. They know it is more than likely an A side push. They're going to start rotating. GCU going to start rotating to this A side. However, like I mentioned before, this Lotus door can be crucial for a rotate. As they push into tree, it's looking like it will be an A push finalized here. 4 GCU players looking to maybe defend this site from a 5-man push from the Snaley clan. That wingman is down, is going to get the plant, and now is 5 players of ASU sitting in tree and on this main side. Vengeful getting a kill onto Hakosuka.
Looking like an electric round already, Evan. I mean, again, with the plant this early, with all team members on ASU, it's going to be a
Smalu there in that main. A molly going down from Gecko, not going to get the kill. Serial actually getting one in that main area. Vengeful getting the trade onto Tiana. These last 2 players, Serena getting one, and Serial not able to get the trade as the last 2 players get taken out by Taznumi. Great plays by both teams. You know, these Sheriff kills have been coming in very clutch for Serena and for Hakosuka. They've been hitting their shots. And it's looking like their econ rounds could go the way they want them to if they could end up in that situation. It is going to be a full buy, though, for both teams here. Obviously, Snaley Clan not losing too many members in that round. Up 4 rounds to GCU's 1. They're not going to be looking like they're on a terrible econ.
Yeah, that's the thing, folks. Is that, I mean, you all know Valorant. 5-1, that's no biggie. I was like, we've seen bigger leads get crushed. The thing is, again, like you said, it's the teams at the end of the matches where they are ending up with so many more picks.
Able to
wow,
get one
already
kill
off the
onto
races.
early Rubble. Gecko not going to get taken out, though, as they get 2 players onto this A-side Rubble. They know
again by Taznumi.
It is by Taznumi again, and now GCU being forced to do a full rotate. They're going to sit 1 player on each of these sites, just hoping that maybe they can get some early picks. Snaley going to wait it out, though, see what kind of information they can get from the GCU side. Maybe 1 player pushes up. Taznumi going to take this C-side push. Now, Serial is as far away from her util as possible, and these bots are not going to be up if Snaley decides to take this push. That is going to be a big blind from Serena, getting the intel that at least 1 player from this ASU side is on C. And now with the blinds coming out, they're going to know that it is a C-side push. Wall goes down. Taznumi actually gets the 3rd on the round. Is now going to send Wingman out onto the plant. Serial stuck in this waterfall corner to the Astra wall, waiting for something to happen. It is a 2v4 to the side of Snaley. It's just going to be a tough retake.
I mean, yeah, especially because the spike is ticking as we speak, and Taznumi is really looking unstoppable in this round. I mean, they've already taken 3 picks. They might get a few more as we're going into this, and that is, ooh, that's rough.
It is a tough call here for GCU. Yeah. How are they going to push this? Where do they want to push this? Rin actually gets the kill onto Tiana, and Taznumi getting the 4th onto Serial.
Definitely looking like an MVP of the ASU team right now.
Definitely looking like the MVP. 15-1, 7 rounds in. You know, they've got the 15 KD.
Oh yeah.
You do not see that much in a collegiate Valorant match. They are absolutely rolling. As I mentioned, we've seen their peak ranks early on.
Yes.
Taznumi actually being that Immortal 3.
Ooh.
That Immortal 3 onto the side of Snaley Clan. That is their peak. I believe that was actually their current rank as well.
Yes.
And the way Valorant works, 1 is low, 3 is high. So they're actually on that Radiant crest.
Yes. And that's what I was mentioning at the end of the last round, is that even though GCU was in spitting distance of being able to catch up and take that round back, Taznumi just looked way too daunting when they had again, not only that rank and that KD right now, but also those 3 team members still supporting them.
They are. They're looking absolutely dominant at this time. They're looking for another default here, just waiting for those picks. Tiana with the Stinger sitting in that A link. And Snaley, like I said, they've been playing very patient. They've been playing just for the picks. I mean, it's been absolutely fantastic. They get 1, and they don't even push after just that 1 kill. They make sure that they're not losing team members. Hakosuka, I believe, actually got the kill onto the dog. It should have, because it should have stunned. Serena actually going to counter dog. Oh, and the door breaks before the dog gets there. And Rin able to get the kill onto Tiana. And now it is going to be a fast B-side push. You got 2 players sitting in this top B-side. Serial killer on the link side. Smaller getting blinded and actually going to take no damage from that grenade. Actually, did take a little bit of armor damage, but nothing outside of that.
Nice nade in there by
Rin
Hakosuka.
actually getting a kill onto Hakosuka in heaven. Rin getting a 2nd. Rin getting a 3rd and a 4th. And is down to Hakosuka. The bot has seen her, and Rin
with that ace
out and getting the ace in round 8.
Okay, talk about MVPs. ASU's got a couple now.
They've got a couple. Taznumi, or I apologize, Rin actually peaking Immortal 1.
Yeah.
So they've got a couple Immortals on their team. They're showing that their rank does define their skill in these games. And GCU looking for a way back. They're looking for a lifeline. They're looking for something that they can do to kind of hold these sites down. And like I said, 3-site maps.
Yeah.
Infamously difficult to hold a site on with their numbers being spread so
That is
thin.
a great point, Evan. I mean, we're not too far off from seeing these roles switch over, and it is possible that GC will make the same kind of run on offense that we have seen from ASU so far. Speaking of a run, they are just already rotating pretty well to be.
Smalo finding 2 players, but not letting that smoke go out in time and actually getting picked off early. That is dangerous on the defense, as those smokes can be crucial on holding a site down.
Yeah, again, you really just cannot jump the gun because ASU offense does not let that slide.
A great ult from Serial Killer, forcing the enemy players to her to get this nade off, or they're going to have to opt in to leave the ult. They are actually going to leave, and this could be a full rotate onto the A side.
That is how it's looking at it. I mean, they are peeking to the B side, just trying to see if there's any information there, but it doesn't look like it's going to be worth it at all.
And this is a tough rotate. GCU actually fully rotated off of the A side, expecting ASU to continue on their C side push after that ult. And now it is going to be a 5v1 for Tiana to try and deny anything on this ASU push. I mean, it's going to be difficult, especially with that Wingman. See, you see Wingman being the one to plant. I mean, Wingman is the MVP of this match for me so far.
Absolutely.
Has planted, I believe, every single round except for one that the bomb has gone down. A great ult. Vengeful barely getting out of that.
Look.
Is not going to check her left side, and Vengeful is going to get a kill. Vengeful actually getting 2 and 3 on the round. Serena not able to get that kill onto Rin, getting a kill. Vengeful finding her 4th.
For a flawless round with ASU. Again, it is that kill difference is just what's really standing out, even more than the round.
It is. And a slow push off of that breach ult was not what GCU needed there.
Yeah.
You hear those ults come out, you know that the enemy team can only shoot 1 bullet at a time, and it is very difficult to aim in that stunned, with that stunned screen. And the team opting kind of a slower push, not sending it as fast as maybe they should have, and it kind of puts them back onto a full save, just sheriffs to their names, and Snaley's back onto a default, just waiting for the picks. They know ASU has to. They know GCU has to push them as apologies, so they're just gonna wait out. They've seen Rin, but they do not know that Cruz is sitting in this corner, and it's going to be a tough pick. As 2 players, and there comes that headshot from Rin.
Rin doing what they do best.
The blind goes out, doesn't get anything, but they know that there's at least 1 more player in that little cubby. And it's looking like it's going to be a fast B push off of that kill. Vengeful showing that they can also be the MVP of this match. All 5 of ASU's team, to be honest, just absolutely showing dominance in this game.
Like I said, the ASU team, especially on offense, does not let any kind of push slide.
And once again, Wingman being that planting.
Smalo kind of just trying to hold down the fort at that point.
Serial is going to get taken out by Vengeful. That is their 2nd kill of the round. Tiana trying to peek for Smalo, does not get one. Vengeful finding their 3rd. Smalo actually finding the trade, but the raised grenade from Cruz actually going to finish off the round.
This is what I mean, Evan. I mean, Lavender only able to take 1 trade. That means they're down 4 to nothing. Pretty much almost every other round, I feel. I feel like
it is tough. You know, those sheriff shots have been coming through for at least they're good for at least 1, right?
Yes.
Lavender has shown that they can hit their sheriff shots in the right scenarios.
Yes.
But ASU having the full gun advantage, it is tough. You know, they're looking down the barrel of a tank and saying, I can stop this with a stick, you know?
Because again, this is a game where the rich get richer, and that nowhere is that more true.
Have a tough peek here. Vengeful getting the early kill. Tiana having the util jump just to avoid the fast push. Smalo and Hakosuka actually pushing up again into this rubble section.
They're rotating through B.
But ASU kind of collapsing together, maybe onto this B side, maybe a C door push into Mound. But they've just been playing slow, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Lavender getting a little adventurous on these early round picks. Maybe clearing space isn't maybe the best idea. Maybe they let ASU just have some space here. But it is looking like it's going to be a C-side push onto Serial Killer, who is the only one onto this site. Has the bots, has the nano swarms, but only has 1 person.
All right, the alarm bird is triggered. Sure, you know that they're there, but you're not going to take this 1v5.
That Gecko blind actually going to miss. Serial going to find 1.
Wow.
Able to find the 2nd off of the blind.
I spoke too soon.
From Serena. Tiana actually finding the off kill. Vengeful finding the trade. Is Tiana able to... Tiana able to find that fourth kill. And Lavender showing that they have a lifeline here. A 3v1. Tiana on 1 HP. They know where the last player is. And Tiana is able to swing out without getting that last shot off from Sensation. Tiana is able to find that headshot.
You know, Evan, rarely have I ever been more proud to be proven so wrong. I was like, okay, well, you know that they're there, but I was like, this 1v5 is not going to go your way at all. Immediately, Serial popped 2.
It is tough.
Tiana popped 2.
And I mean, that is perfect. It was a quick little thing, but I'm sorry, Tsunami or Taznami. No, I keep wanting to say Tsunami, but it's not. It's Taznami. Actually, was blinded.
Yes.
When peeking Serial Killer there at the last second, not full blind, but blinded enough where it took her a second to figure out where Serial was, and it was that split second that allowed Serial Killer to get that kill. There's going to be a fast push onto the A site. The Hakosuka actually getting blinded. 2 players. This could be an amazing ult. Actually not going to get anybody, but as they are blinded, Snaley was able to find the first and the second player. It is now a 5v3 towards GCU. Now, all they have to do, if we look at Tiana here, able to find the 1 kill onto the bomb holder, able to find the 2nd kill, Vengeful getting a trade, and Serial actually finding the last kill. GCU showing they have a lifeline. They're ending this half 9-3, which is huge on a 3-second.
Exactly. I was like picking up exactly when you need to. Just winning those last 2 rounds right before the round swap. Perfect timing for GCU. And like you said, that was an amazing play from Smalu. I mean, blinded, still able to pop 1.
It is.
And they peek out once they lose the blind, immediately peek back over the corner, take another kill.
Now the 9-3 here can actually be a bad omen.
For Snaley Clan,
for
especially.
GCU, really? For GCU, actually. Because you saw that they picked up those last 2 kills in the final 2 rounds.
Yes.
If they're picking those kills up in the middle, it means that they may not have had the correct reads throughout the entire course. They've got those 2 rounds in the last. It means they finally figured out what ASU wants, but they can't capitalize on those reads anymore. Now they have to figure out ASU's game plan on defense.
That's true.
They have to figure out what ASU wants from this defensive round.
And that's what I'm thinking, Evan, is, again, if this is going anywhere like the last position on defense will be, Snaley Clan might end up a little spread thin. And if that's the case, I mean, I feel like GCU could run away with it just like ASU was.
It is. GCU actually looking for a full A push here into the tree side. Snaley actually reading it. They've got 3 onto the A site with Taz Numi on to the Lotus door. It is going to be...
A
couple of kills coming down. Cruz going to get 1. Hakosuka going to get the trade. Cruz actually with an amazing flick gets Hakosuka. Does not get traded.
Yeah,
Cruz actually getting a kill onto Smalley with the nade, and Vengeful getting 1 with the goes onto Serena. And Cruz going to get the 4th kill with the Boombot. Showing her util is actually insane.
All right, Evan, I think I might know what you meant by that bad omen.
Yeah, it is difficult, and I mean, it's a caster curse, but it's also just the way of Valorant. If you figure out the game plan in the final rounds, it's too late.
Yes.
You know, you've figured out like, oh, they like to do this, let's stop them. But now you have to figure out how they play.
And the bigger problem is now Snaley Clan is so close to a victory, by the time we are able to fully adapt for the GCU side, we'll be on the next map.
And that's why going down 9-3, and that's why going down 9-3 is so tough in these games.
Yes.
It's looking like GCU going to have to full shove this C side. It is a smaller site here. They're going to have to push in with just Ghost Classics, basic armor, basic util. While Snaley Clan's got the better guns, they've got the Stingers, they've got the Spectres, maybe even a Bulldog in their hands.
Oh, we saw Vengeful was kind of peeking that door, but deciding not to really full commit. That's probably for the better. Especially because we still have smokes up. I mean, it's definitely ASU's best interest to, again,
finding a blind over the waterfall. Not going to get blinded. Asian Sensation actually going to get taken out early. That is huge. Hakosuka getting stunned, but it's not enough. Taznumi and actually opening the door. They're finding all of these players. And just like I said, those doors, they open slower now in the middle. It gives the attackers or the defenders more time to peek through those doors, more time to get those kills. And you saw it just there as Snaley Clan absolutely obliterates the Seaside push from GCU.
Speaking of more time, if I had more time, I was literally on the tip of my tongue. I was like, oh, 4-2. I mean, this is a pretty tough lead, but I mean, it's not completely undoable for GCU. They might be able to make this back. And nope, like you said, through that door was just a complete shutdown in the favor of ASU.
Rin with the absolute amazing flashes, the dogs, the util, having those 10 assists. Vengeful showing controller players do actually, in fact, get kills.
Yeah. The rumors are not true.
Quick spray down. They're going to notice that these ASU players are a little bit stacked onto this B side. They may be looking for a C side push here as the ASU KJ pushes away. They're hitting that door open, but they're not going to rotate through it, forcing the Snaley clan players back into the C side. The blinds are coming out, but Hakosuka getting full blinded by it, cannot push off of it. Vengeful finding one, finding potentially a second and a third. Smalu actually able to get a kill onto Cruz, finding a second onto Taz. Gianna finding the third player. Serial finding the fourth. It is a 4v1 for Snaley clan, looking to get this bomb down. They know Asian is in this corner. They're waiting for her to push.
I mean, the last thing you want to do is lose a 4-1
Please, for the love
lead.
of God, get the bomb down. I don't think Tiana realizes that she has it. Please get the bomb down.
Hey, no bias commentary.
And now as the
Where's it
nade
going?
comes through, the
All
bomb
right.
is still not going down.
Where is it? Also, she has no shield, 89 health. This is bad
I'm not entirely-
because again, if Asian
Serena is going to be able to is not actually able to find.
again, I said the last thing you want to
Smalu
do.
peeking, gonna get taken
The
out
last,
as well.
The last thing you want to do
finally
is
going
throw
down.
a 4-1 lead. Okay, that was a good plan because I was like, it's gonna get bad because Tiana could get popped there if she was still holding the spike. I'm like, if Sensation pushes here, you're done.
Well, not even that. 13 seconds were left on the clock, and if the bomb does not go down in those 13 seconds, Sensation Snaley gets the win, and Sensation actually wins that round in a 4v1 with the bomb not going down.
This is the hard part, is now that the spike is planted, how do you actually push in here?
Yeah. Asian Sensation actually getting hit with the vulnerable, taking the double damage.
Already on 30 HP, I mean, it's not looking good. I think
they are going
she's
to
cutting
save
the
the
losses.
Vandal in this third round of...
Yeah, cutting and running, perfectly respectable.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Tiana maybe having some PC troubles there. You saw her kind of stand
that's-
AFK there for a minute.
That's what I was thinking. I was like crouched and then just kind of went AFK for a couple seconds.
Okay, we are seeing a timeout.
Yeah,
from
it's got to
ASU.
be something like that.
Not entirely sure what's going on, but you know, GCU finding the win in that third round on their bye round. This match is not going the way GCU had initially hoped.
Absolutely not.
They saw the 9-3 in the second half. They were hoping for maybe a good second half, but ASU is able to find the first two pistol rounds, your pistol and your force up, onto round 3, where GCU able to find the kills. But we've seen this happen before. You know, GCU was able to win that first round on their bye, actually in the first half. Now they're going into the second half in the same scenario. ASU, and like you said, they almost threw the 4v1.
Yeah.
But it was a potential 4v1 throw, not ideal for GCU.
Stress-inducing for sure.
It was actually tough because we saw Tiana not able to, maybe having some tech issues.
Probably something.
And that meant that the GCU players actually had to go find Sensation.
Yeah.
Because if they did not, that round would not have gone their way.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at an 11-4 game. GCU having to find some weapons here. But with those 3 players actually being taken out early, or being taken out at the end of the round, they're on a light buy here. Hakosuka having a Bulldog and Light Shield, I believe. Tiana, Phantom, no shield. And a lot of
what's up?
Their game plan. What's the word for I can't understand it. It's over my head.
I thought you were. I was like the word you're looking for is either stale or dynamic, and I'm like, nope, neither one. It's
eludes
it's a
me.
mystery.
That's what it is. Their game plan eludes me. That's the word I was looking for. They're gonna find that dog. The ASU Sky able to find intel on at least Serena, the Sensations, Util being taken out by that raised nade. Great Util usage, but nothing happening quite yet.
Yep,
GCU looking like they want the C-side, but now with enough intel, hoping that maybe one of the ASU members rotated over the C-side to assist, they're going to push back into what's looking like a B-side with a B-site push. However, they do not know that ASU did not move. They've got 2 on the A side with the Rays actually sitting
30 seconds left.
on a rotate. And now it is a 3-person on B side. That is actually the glory of the way that this may have been playing this map. A fast rotate makes B side go from a 1-player take to a 3-player take. And now GCU realizing that there is a few players left and 12 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
They're going to have to, choose where they want to plant.
Who even has the spike?
Rin finding 1, Serial finding the trade, and Taznumi finding 1. Hakosuka actually pushes into the back. And the bomb went down too late as Hakosuka finds the last. Serena able to live just in time.
Just very unfortunate, just not planning long enough for the round to just swing away, and now it's match point.
Yep, it was a great hold from ASU. You got to give it to him, though.
But yeah, I meant to say, that is the joy of casting, isn't it, Evan? Of trying to put together the mystery of both teams' game plans while you have inherently more information than both of them.
That is kind of a curious little thing, right? You're like, oh, they're going A, but they're going C. And it's because we have no idea what they're talking about right now.
We know everything except for what's going on in their comms. I was like, they don't know where the enemy team is. Speaking of, Valorant is absolutely a game of information, and that is pretty much why we've seen ASU coming out on top a lot of this set.
Rin has had great util uses this entire game, with the dogs finding 1, maybe 2 players, and actually able to recognize that GCU likes to stack together. So if they see 1, they're more than likely all together.
That has definitely been the way this is swinging so far, and I mean, we're not seeing much of a change this round. I mean, Tiana is separate, but the rest of the team completely stacked.
Yes, this is actually one of, I believe, the first fight that we've seen. Cruz actually getting an amazing spike through the smoke. And now Hakosuka getting stunned. They're going to be looking out for these kills to come through. They're going to go for a B-side push. Vengeful sitting up here in this heaven side. Serial able to get the headshot. There's 1 more there. Can they find the headshot? Smalu gets the kill as the spike goes down. Now in a 4v3. After looking like it was a almost unwinnable round, GCU is able to bring it back. That Wingman actually going to be sent out here as a stun now instead of a defusal.
Yeah.
Tiana on about 10 HP. Finds 1 through the smoke. Serial actually gets the second.
GCU locking it down, 1-4.
Now, okay, does not opt into to go through the smoke. I was hoping that they chose not to do that. The blind goes out. It gets Taznumi actually able to find 2, but with 2 players left alive and a ticking bomb, they are not going to be able to push into sight and get that defuse.
Yeah, all 3 players just running, knowing that they want to avoid getting picked this late in the game.
And GCU finding a lifeline. They found that 5th round. They are 1 off. It is going to be a tough hold here, as now they are in. They are in the. They're in the econ hell, and right? I think they're being forced to buy up every single round until they either win 2 rounds in a row or lose.
And I think GC's strategy of all pushing together was a great call out there, Evan, because we are seeing that I think ASU is more than confident in their ability to win these firefights here, because even though this was the rare situation where GCU came out on top in such a firefight, Taznumi still managed to take 2 picks at the end.
Yes,
and that alone is going to be swinging economy back in their favor no matter what.
This late in the game, that is not what GCU was looking for. They do not want those late kills. And ideally, they don't even peek that there. They push out, they wait for a bomb to get tapped, and then they use util to try and cover it.
Exactly, yeah.
But a GCU Killjoy comes down here. They're going to push into the smoke. Vengeful finds 1. A blind goes out, and Vengeful is able to get out of the KJ ult before it hits. And now GCU is just looking for the plant. The plant goes down. Yeah. That means Hakosuka with a great flick on Vengeful's head. Able to turn this into a 4v4. Taznumi noticing that maybe a little bit of movement behind her finds the last player. The ult does not find anything. Gives blind and Cruz actually stunned, finds the players. Serena finds 3 and Serial finds the 4th. Great hold from those 2 players. It could have gone the other way in just a split second.
Again, the picture's starting to look a little bit clearer for Lavender. It's just such a catch-up game at this point.
It is. They're looking like their econ is getting better here. Smalu, the only one that is on a tough buy, actually going to request a buy from Serial here. And now Snaley actually on the verge of a full save.
Yes.
If they are looking to win this round, Rin not even buying shield, Taznumi with a Bulldog and Light Shield, Sensation actually having Light Shield as well. but we know that they can win these gunfights.
That is the question. There's two big ways we can view this. This is either GCU finally finding that lifeline and making up for the where they were falling behind in the firefights earlier, or ASU making use of that cushion where they have the 6-round lead at this point.
It is definitely going to be a battle of econ here as we end out this game. GCU looking for an A-side push, trying to make as much noise as possible. They've got ASU, the Snaley clan, having 3 players on this A side. GCU going to have a hard time taking the site, as all ASU has to get is 1 or 2 simple kills to make this fight bearable. But GCU reading that the rotates have come through. Vengeful actually finding 1, finding the 2nd, and those are the kills I'm talking about. Rin finding a 3rd, and this map could be over, folks. It is a 5v2 to the side of Lavender. Serial and Serena, the last 2 alive on this B site. They know where they are. They're both stunned. Vengeful slow dropping off of the Heaven balcony. Serial killing taken out. Serena now stunned as the kills come through, and Vengeful is able to find the last headshot to end out map 1 of this GCU ASU grudge match.
Again, I really saw that coming at the end there when they got just pretty much trapped in a pincer attack in that hallway. Where it's like not only are they aware of where you are, they're aware from both sides, and there's just no way to escape when you only have 2 members left, no less.
It is. It was a tough read from GCU moving into that Lotus hallway just a little too late, as you saw Rin rotate off early from that A side. But we've got another game coming up for you. We've got Game 2 Ascent coming up here in just a few minutes, but we will be right back with more Valorant.
Stay tuned.
Yep.
Welcome back, folks. And before we get into this next round of Purple Rain, we actually wanted to look over the standings so far now that we've wrapped up week 1 and are pretty close to wrapping up week 2.
I think we've got a few undefeated teams here. I believe there are 4 or 5. 6 actually.
Here it is for
corrected.
you. Oh wow, yeah.
So we've seen 2 of these teams play. University of Delaware Sphinx we saw play on stream. I believe it was last Thursday.
That was us, yes.
The University of Washington White, I believe is who that team is. They are also 2-0 with 6 points. North Texas undefeated as well, 2-0. UCSD, which is the University of California, San Diego.
Yes.
Their Navy team is also 2-0. Carleton, who we watched play
On
with
Friday.
a dominant showing in that 2-1 comeback.
Yes.
The Western Wings, who I believe are actually a Canadian team, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, if
Okay.
I'm getting the teams right, I believe the Western Wings are actually from a Canadian college. And those are our 6 undefeated teams. TMU we actually saw lose to Carleton. Yes. Carleton. They believe they lost to Carleton, but they did end up winning their second match. Lavender 1-1.
Who did we watch them lose to?
Say that again? Lavender?
I said, yeah, who did we watch them lose to?
We did not. We have not watched Lavender.
Oh, yeah. Well, I meant like in the grand scheme
Oh,
of things. Who did they lose
GCU.
to?
I believe they lost TM. No, they did not lose to TMU.
Carleton
I'm not.
is what I'm hearing.
They lost to Carleton. Okay, so we're hearing that they lost to Carleton in that second match of theirs, but then they beat Terps, I believe.
And that means they are
Or
actually
CMGG.
pretty much in neck and neck with the Snaley clan, who they are playing tonight, who are 0-2 in the rest.
Yeah,
of the
Snaley Clan actually 0-2 right now.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Which is actually surprising considering the showing that we just saw from them.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously our last 5 teams, we got Snaley Clan, ASU, who you are watching play right now.
Yes.
Missouri Magenta, NMSU, New Mexico State, I believe is who that is, and then CMGG is another California, and then Terps Lotus is, I think it's an M.
It's an
It's
M.
I still need to learn all these schools' names. There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many great schools playing in this tournament. There's 13 teams now. We actually had one team drop out, unfortunately. All driven by
Education and Valorant.
yeah, and Rockstar.
But more importantly, powered by Rockstar.
Powered by Rockstar and a $5,000 prize pool.
I'm glad we both had that idea for like this is where we do this is the sponsor plug.
Yeah, but those are your standings as of week 1. That was technically round 1 and 2.
Yes.
We are now into round 3. This week? It'll be round 4 tomorrow, which you will then watch Saturday. But going into map 2, we're done. We'll let you guys look at the standings. We're going to Ascent.
Right.
It is the blandest map. I'm gonna.
It's fair to say.
I'm gonna go on my little rant now. Ascent is as good of a map as it is. It is very bland. It hasn't been changed. Like we said, there's Metacomp that has been the exact same for probably close to a year now. It's kind of boring. It's kind of stale.
Is what I would say. It's safe.
I don't know. I'd call it stale. I'd use that S word rather than safe. But I digress. Teams like to play on a map where it is very. It is a showing of skill rather than a showing of whose agents are better.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ascent, it's classic. A site, it is a small entryway into a very open site, whereas B, you've got a kind of open early into an alleyway, which is kind of a little bit different. Mid actually showing a lot of potential in your pushes. You've got Cat, which is a long alleyway that can lead you into Tree, which then goes to A site. Yeah. Or you can push from Tiles, and then you can go into Market, into Pizza, and then you can go into B site. So there's a lot of different entryways into these sites. 2. I say a lot. It's just 2. But I've seen a lot of teams actually in the Purple Rain series, they tend to push towards mid. Yeah. Which we actually saw last week the KJ player who normally you would set up turret on barrel facing B main, alarm bot into alleyway so they get hit with that vulnerable, and then you nano swarm so they take double damage from the nano swarm. Yeah. Actually being forced to throw the alarm bot into mid to try and deny any access to that as you see a 3-2 split from the team defending onto the A and B site. But I don't know. Like I said, you can. Like we talked about this. We can say everything we know about the game. We can say everything that we should be expecting to see. But at the end of the day, it's all up to them.
Worst thing you can do is speculate. Is what we always say.
Cast your curse.
Never going to pretend that I
But
know
we are
more
going to
than
be
the
going
people.
into draft here. We are going to Ascent on this map too. Snaley Clan is up 1-0 in
Here's
the
our
map
drafts.
pool. And already I'm seeing Metacomp, unfortunately. Whether you want to say unfortunately or
What do
whether
you mean,
if
unfortunately?
if Eli is
Ooh.
here, he would be throwing a fit.
Really?
He hates Metacomps and more specifically mirror comps.
Yeah.
A lock-in
Although
from
it
Sensation on the
It
KJ.
is looking. It's floating in that direction, but we can already tell that it's not going to be a mirror show.
Rin is on the Phoenix right now. I have a feeling it will not get locked in. Sensation being the only one to lock so far on the KJ. I would love
Yeah,
to
no
see
one locked on ASU either.
I would actually love to see a breach on this. I'm interested to see how they play it. Both of these maps not having great alleyways for a breach stun, especially from the safety of cover. But both teams kind of just deciding last 30 seconds what they want to end this comp with. GCU,
Now KJ locked on both sides and nobody else.
like I said, KJ has never left this map.
Absolutely.
KJ has been the one character where they're like, I don't know, it's just good.
From
you know?
patch 1.
Now Snaley actually going back to Metacomp.
All right.
The Metacomp, if
They were
you
flirting with it, but deciding, no, not for me.
Yes, the Metacomp, if you were not here last week, consists of Jet, KO, Omen, KJ, and Sova. So if Cruz, who does end up locking the Jet,
There it is.
they are playing the Metacomp. GCU playing a little curious
I
here.
say playing a little spicy, a little interesting.
What I like to call true blinds are blinds where if you get hit by them, there is no possible way to see anything.
No visibility on your screen.
Reyna has a leer. They're called leers, and basically they're little eyeballs that you throw into the sky, and they cause nearsightedness.
Okay.
Nearsightedness is not a true blind.
It's
it means
different.
that if you are close enough, you can see the person through the blind. And then Omen, also, his paranoia is also a near sight.
Yes.
So GCU not having a true flash, which I will say, last time on Ascent, we noticed that not having the true flash was detrimental.
Yeah.
So Snaley Clan having that true flash in the KO, looking to maybe show that blinds actually win games.
Yeah.
But
we will have to see how that pans out because, again, like I said, worst thing you can do is speculate. We are just not even running away yet. We are just kind of just peeking around, gathering what information we can, seeing where GCU Lavender is going to want to take the offensive first. That's another good thing to mention. GCU, of course, starting on the offense this time as opposed to last round where they were struggling through the defense for the first half of the game. Snaley Clan, however, already looking like they're making pretty good formation.
Now, before we get into the heavy part here, I would like to say Smalu has an Iron Buddy on her Classic, and I think it's hilarious. Because there's only like 0.1% of the Valorant players that have ever hit Iron.
Really?
Most people start in Bronze. So I just think that's a little bit funny. Oh, a great blind coming in, and Tiana actually getting the kill onto Vengeful. The fights have begun. Crucially getting a trade early onto Serial Killer. GCU actually could take sight here. Smalu almost getting picked off by that shock grenade. Is going to have to avoid dying to the door, to the Sova on door. The recon goes out. Hakosuka trying not to die through the wall. And GCU gets the bomb down early on. 2 players about half HP. A Jet is about half HP on this first round. They find the Sova on the Heaven side. The door is about to get broken. Hakosuka actually finding the Sova. Last, Serena getting a great kill onto Cruz. 10 HP though. Smalu 4 HP, Hakosuka 4 HP. All GCU players except for Tiana at about 1 tap. Serena finding a great headshot though. Sensation getting that trade. Trying to find their new, trying to look at the ground, picking something up, and Tiana able to swing and get that last kill. GCU up in their first pistol round.
Always very hard to pick up the pistol rounds as defense, to be honest.
It is, it is.
Though I halfway through that further grasp of the humor of the iron sight you were talking about.
Yeah,
that means there's like a non-zero chance that they smurfed for it.
No, Smalloo is her main account.
Oh, really?
Smalloo is, in fact, her main account. So that means at one point she was in Iron.
That's right.
Which is,
well,
I think,
I love
the
idea of wearing it as a badge because that's what I do on stuff like League. I'll have like the default emotes still.
Oh yeah, no, it's
in Omega Strikers I do that. I do the thumbs up emote.
Oh, you do thumbs up?
Anything.
Oh no, I hate people that do thumbs up.
It's really funny. All right, although we are seeing a full push by Lavender up through B.
It is looking like that.
Snaley Clan again.
Snaley Clan being forced into, actually not opting into it. You're going to see a flank here, and hopefully the KJ bot notices.
I think what it was that Snaley Clan was trying to call GCU's bluff if they were going to make the same exact push as last time, but are now taking the opportunity to make a pincer attack and just trap GCU.
That is a great boom bot, but doesn't actually do any damage as they shoot it just before it explodes. Double flank coming in from ASU. Serena finding one. Vengeful finding one. I'm not quite sure why Akasuga's playing so close on those angles. Now ASU with a Bulldog to their name. A second Bulldog to their name. Gonna find one. Tasnumi gonna find a kill with the Classic as Serena gets a trade onto Rin. And now it is a 2v2. Bulldogs and guns to both hands. Serial has a Vandal, has that better weaponry.
Last player standing.
Gonna find one, and GCU playing two and playing the close angles on a that is almost never how you want to play that second round. You know, they've got the long distance gun, especially a Bulldog. I can see a Spectre being played at that close angle, but a Bulldog is a tough gun to be playing at that close angle where all you need to get hit by is a right click from a Classic that does 2 to the head. That does 158 damage. You're a goner.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of last round was decided by GCU being a little bit slow to adapt, but we're seeing now that Snaley Clan for ASU pretty quick on the uptake.
It is. This, I believe, is the first Reyna we've seen of Purple Rain as well. Reyna not commonly being a good pick, as it is a. They call duelists self-sufficient fraggers. That is all Reyna does.
Yeah.
She has no team util. She is purely
looking out for number one.
How fast can I get a kill? Okay, Vengeful and Hako having a fight here. A blind coming out, but only blinding Vengeful.
That's really unfortunate for them.
As Hakosuka just opts out of the fight as GCU is heading to this mid section. They're going to try and peek market. They're going to try and peek tree. The shots go out, but no heads are getting taken off here.
All right.
And GCU, as the timer ticks down, they're going to have to choose a spot to go. Here's Cruzily finding the kill onto Serena. Tasnumi finding another kill. Can this right click come through? A double.
Got to peek those corners.
Kills come through. Cannot. Smalloo wants this gun, but they do not want to get taken out early. Rin with the Vandal finds the spike coming down. And Vengeful getting the last two as Tiana gets shot from both sides.
Again, just like last round, ASU is so confident in their ability to win these gunfights.
They are, in fact,
I think that confidence is only going to grow as the match goes on, and maybe GCU can find a way to take advantage of that.
Their confidence is soaring right now, especially after finding the round 2 win. Round 2 wins when you've lost round 1 is one of the hardest things to do in this game.
It's also crucial for your econ.
Well, it is crucial for the team that won round 1.
Yeah.
If you're GCU there and you lose round 2, you're automatically going to lose the round 3 because you're forced into a light buy. Now, they're up guns, but they're still down econ.
Yes. However, we are seeing this round 4 start. And again, GCU kind of just sticking together like they do, a little bit more spread out.
I like Serial and Smalloo sticking together here, but it is tough because they're taking the bomb mid, which can honestly be one of the hardest things to do, especially if that bomb goes down. Serena getting blinded here early on, actually not going to end up dying from it though. Smalloo blinds into tree. They know where she is, but they can't. Are they going to be able to find these kills? A smoke goes down. A spray is going to come through. Vengeful's going to find a kill on Serena. Finally going to find a second. Smalloo finally going to get the trade without finding the kill onto Serial. Tasnumi in this smoke. The smoke could go down here any second. Almost headshot comes down. Cruzily actually finding the kill from heaven onto Smalloo, and Tasnumi swinging as Serial is turned the wrong way.
Wow.
And a almost flawless round coming in from Snaley Clan here in round 4.
That little interaction through the smoke was, again, pretty tough. Timeout already.
A huge time. Any QQ. I believe that is Snaley Clan's coach.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I think ASU called the timeout. Is that right?
A curious ASU timeout.
Yeah. Okay, GCU. Okay, GCU.
That is
called it.
GCU? Okay.
Right,
I
right,
didn't
because we're attackers.
I didn't recognize that name, so
Well, because what
I
I
was
was
kind of
thinking
confused.
is like, yeah, it would be curious if ASU did it, but I was like, also, you could just ice out your opponent here.
Yeah, no.
Fairness.
Yeah, so
There's always a reason for it.
GCU calling the timeout. They're looking
That makes
for
sense.
how to stop. They're looking to stop the momentum. I do like this timeout. It is now 3-1 to ASU.
Yeah.
GCU now on a full econ save. They're
Yeah.
they're now looking for how can they take this econ and turn it into a win. If they can win this round, they've got the guns, they've got the econ, they're back full econ onto a full buy as ASU is slowly dwindling in their money. So this is a tough round for GCU.
Yeah.
They're looking for the win. They need this win to continue having any chance at bringing this back.
I mean, yeah, the number one priority of that time was, of course, just to adjust strategy, but I think icing out ASU might be another secondary effect that they are really going to hope for. We are going to be moving into this next round, though,
You hear
as
it,
that timeout concludes.
and now you see it.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned, GCU now, the only decent gun is a stinger in the hands of Hakosuka.
That's going to be really tough.
The-
What GCU is kind of hoping for now is just the way that
this is,
What's up?
Hakosuka is bobbing and weaving these shock darts.
Yeah.
Just barely. And now Rin actually down util, has no shock darts left, is left with recon dart and recon drone. No damaging abilities left in the kit.
There we're going up.
This is a great recon dart, waiting for those GCU players to push out.
Yes, if she plays
Agent
it, that's
Sensation
great.
taking very little damage as Hakosuka, I think, takes more damage from... Great headshots, though, from Tiana and Smalu as Sensation gets a trade onto Hakosuka.
Sensation getting
Oh,
flanked.
Taznumi getting the kill on Serena before she can swing down and get Sensation. The great kills coming back from Snaley Clan. However, you see that I believe it is Sensation and Taznumi both one-tap to the Sheriff.
Smalu got caught reloading.
Horrible trade coming out
Yeah.
as Smalu is trying to reload. Tiana with a Vandal in hands, though, gets that headshot in mid, and now this is a winnable game.
Yeah.
Going to avoid that recon dart. Taznumi and Sensation both 1 HP to this Vandal.
That's what I
The
wanted.
only danger here is Rin. Has no time to rotate, but with the double swing is going to be taken out.
Yeah, it's the same thing I wanted to mention. I was like, they're low HP. This is as winnable as can be. I believe all three of them were. But yeah, like you said, it's just that one interaction was crucial. And GCU not quite able to clutch it up yet. ASU kind of building the same sort of lead we saw last round, for sure. Let's look at that KDA. All right, no players running away with it quite like last time. No singular players, I should say. It's
We
kinda
are still early.
sharing the love of
We
the whole
did
team.
see Taznumi and Vengeful actually pull ahead at the early game, and it's looking like that's kind of what they're expecting to do again here.
Yeah.
They both got the 6 kills as opposed to Rin's 4.
Yeah.
A fast blind comes out, but they do not swing off of it, just kind of as a deterrent, hoping to get that blind onto under the smoke.
Just trying to put out pressure at this point.
2 players from GCU, Hakosuka and Smalu, are on this tile side. A fight may come out here in mid as Rin pushes into this tree side. They're Vengeful and Rin both actually going to find a kill onto this tree side. That is a tough serial finding the kill onto boxes on A. Now it is left all up to Serial, Serena, and Tiana to maybe bring this round back to life. A full rotate coming in from the from the 3 girls, but Snaley Clan is able to find all 3 members from that dart.
I mean, this definitely is just a matter of time, Evan. I mean, this is winnable as possible, but I mean, again, you're running low on util. Of course, nobody has an ult yet. And ASU really just has the numbers advantage. They have the defense locked down. Vengeful, they are, of course, putting up another pick on Zarina this time. Still peeking that corner.
A
Ready
double
to
swing
gun
going to
down.
come out. Could be a collateral. Oh, Rin from behind actually finds one. Serial killer stuck in a corner. Going to get double swung. They know she's behind the box. Is going to get that 3rd kill to Rin.
Yeah.
And that will be round 6.
Again, just a perfect example of ASU's adaptation so far.
They are playing this
They're on the
wonderfully.
fly.
Finding the early kills as GCU tries to push in as a full team.
Yeah.
GCU actually going to force up this round. They don't want... Yeah, they are going to force up, trying to stop Snaley Clan from having that final econ. Now, This is big. Cruz with the op is going to be holding that mid push. GCU has been kind of loving it a little bit. They want to push mid, but actually they're going to 5-man stack A, wait for this smoke to come out. That is a huge knife, though, from Vengeful, as she finds, I believe, 3 players with it. Smoke goes down, and GCU is going to be looking for a push here.
My ult's ready.
A smoke comes down from Taznumi. The fragment. It's actually kind of curious. All of KO's util are like 2 words.
Yeah.
This molly is called fragment. Tiana throwing dart, but does not realize that Vengeful is sitting in the smoke.
They were right in there.
No trade going to come out. Cruz with the op in heaven. This could be detrimental if she decides to swing. Does not find it. Small gives it a great headshot.
Double.
But the KO ult coming out and locks down Hakosuka's ultimate ability, and that will now be an ult. Serial Killer going to get the bomb down early. Sensation finding a kill onto Serena. Rin finding the second. Yeah. The second of her ult abilities onto Serial. Vengeful finding a kill onto Hakosuka. Now left to Smalu in a 1v3. No smokes to Snaley clan, so all Hakosuka has to do is find one. Can she find the second? Can she find the third and keep this round alive?
Coming very much down to the wire on this poke here. Sensation already started.
The blinds come through. She finds one. All she needs last is the final kill. She's 10 HP. The bomb gets tapped. She maybe has to swing it, and Asian Sensation finds the wallbang. 10 HP.
And just enough time for that spike. It's like I was saying, where last round again was a little bit of GCU struggling to adapt against ASU's game plan. This is like ASU mid-round, perfectly just playing around GCU's plays.
It has been fantastic plays from ASU throughout this entire match. Their adaptability to GCU's playstyle is very solid so far.
Probably a lot of odd review, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, GCU obviously having the grudge match against ASU in the last Purple Rain series, we knew that they wanted the win against ASU, and they obviously were not able to find it.
Yeah.
So GCU looking to come back against ASU in this second match.
And I mean, we saw it. I mean, that end of that round was probably like it was extremely winnable. Is what I want to get at basically.
Yes.
Is that GCU was playing that about as well as you can, given how dire the situation was. It was just that they were managed to just slightly misplay that swing, and that gave it back to ASU.
A great jump peek from Tiana, finding Vengeful off guard. Two Snaley Clan players in this tree section. Tiana be able to find that Vandal, and they're going to back off as you see the other 3 players are on this B side. They want Tiana and Smalu actually doing exactly what their goal was by making noise, getting the team to rotate off, and actually finding a kill off of it as well. Now GCU is waiting out, making sure that there is nobody in this site before pushing, and that is tough from the Asian Sensation finding one, Rin finding another. The bomb will go down from the hands of Hakosuka, but now it is a 3v4. Taznumi finding Tiana in mid.
Smalu peeking through that smoke.
A 2v4. Smalu sitting B main in a smoke. Hakosuka on site with a stinger. And Smalu finding one but getting traded. Now they know that this last player is on site, and Rin able to find the wall bang with the Odin.
Pretty much giving the round
God,
to defense.
they gave Osova an Odin.
Yeah.
And it'll be 7-1.
I say we are looking at a 7-1 lead. Again, the window is closing on Lavender being able to make that 9-3 split.
Slowly but surely. Yeah. If there were a time for GCU to figure out ASU's defensive playstyle, it is right now.
Exactly right now.
It is right now. They've got a light buy. Now, and then if they can read ASU's game plan, they are able to find the guns from the hands of ASU. But if they are going to lose this round, they've got to do it in glorious fashion by taking out 2, maybe 3 players from this ASU side. It's going to be a full start push on this A side. They know that this KO Vengeful likes to sit on the arch on the entryway into A site. A cool little thing about this is you can actually you can quiet jump. Vengeful has the read this time. Sees it there. Is going to back up.
They did make a really strong read there on the movement of GCU, but GCU still got the pep in their step, moving up to A.
fragment goes down, the recon drone is in. It's not going to spot anybody as Vengeful is sitting in the smoke on tree, and Taznumi actually finds Haven in hell, which is kind of ironic.
I would say a fun little word.
Finds Haven from the recon dart in hell. Yeah. And GCU
completely
full rotates
yeah.
back to this B side, but ASU actually with the read as well. They know that Taznumi is able to hold this A side by themselves. 2 players to the side of A. Now is going to be a full rotate. Oh, that Odin is ringing in the ears of GCU as the spray comes through on the paper-thin wall of B main. Hakosuga going to avoid the dart, but is not going to be able to avoid the recon. Bryn finding one, Sensation finding one, Tiana not quite finding the shot she needs. Is able to find the wallbang headshot but with 11 seconds left.
Getting traded.
The kills coming through. GCU is going to be taken out in their force round.
Again, GCU putting a strong showing when it comes down to the wire, but ASU just making those reads ahead of time. Where they already knew they were going to be by the time they left A.
Exactly. Yeah, GCU, their rotates have been slow, and it's not quite exactly. ASU has the reads on GCU to a point where GCU needs to either pick up the pace or they need to completely flip the play style that they've been doing.
Yes,
so far.
that's the thing is that when it's slow, it's increasing how predictable it is to ASU.
Yes.
Or not even predictable, mostly just reactable at that point. Seeing a little bit slower of a start to the game, though. As GCU is spread thin more than
Cyril finding a great peek. Actually, Cruz getting one.
Spike is down.
That is a tough kill onto Hakosuka as she tries to avoid getting killed as the jet swings to kill Cyril. Cruz finding a 3rd kill onto Smalu as they try and grab the spike. And now 2 players on this flank in mid. Cruz does not see Tiana, Tiana finding the kill onto Cruz. That is big as the knives are now gone from the kit of ASU. A dart goes out into market as she tries to help Serena push back up. Taznumi does not find the kill, but bomb is down on this A main, and all the Snaley clan members are now going to push to help contest it. Tiana now getting spotted out, has a Vandal in hand, cannot find the kill. Serena last alive and is going to get taken out.
I see. Yeah, Zarina shot late when she saw that enemy passing through the hall, and I think it might have been a mistake because it just kind of betrayed her own location.
It is.
When it's like that, pistol's not going to do enough work in that 1 split second anyways if you do hit.
Now this is the scoreline we saw in the last map when GCU finally found the final 2 rounds. Again, too little, too late. They're looking for these last 2 rounds to just bring this map back to a 9-3, maybe finding something on the defensive side of Ascent.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a tough matchup so far.
Yeah, definitely.
ASU looking absolutely dominant in these matches, in these rounds, just thoroughly showing that they are a team to contend with throughout.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was surprised by the standings. I was like, ASU is looking on top tonight. I guess this is what a hard practice team comp gets you. Lavender again stacked together, pretty much the same sort of push we've been seeing all set.
The recon drone showing that there is nobody in the immediate vicinity of this B site. GCU going to take the space that they have been given. A blind comes in from Boathouse. They know that there's at least one. It is actually going to be Taznumi. Cruz finding one on Hakosuka. Rin finding one through the wall on Serena. And now from a 5v3 to a from a 5v5 to a 5v2, now to a 5v1. And
not to mention the spike is down.
ASU may now find a flawless victory on round 11. We are not going to be finding a 9-3 in this game.
Yeah, I mean, that game alone looked pretty unwinnable for GCU, at least from my perspective. Because, I mean, once that spike went down, I was like, the 1v5. The 2v5 is already a hard sell. The 1v5 with spike down, it is not an easy play for offense there.
It is tough. Rin with the Odin able to find a lot of wallbang kills. Their darts have been going in the exact spot where they are finding the players, even through smokes, even through walls. They're able to find the wrong positioning, and they are able to find the kills.
Again, GCU has been making some strong plays still. They're just going to have to clutch up a little harder. This is the last round before swap, and you do not want to swap lanes with your opponent. Essentially,
2 rounds away.
Yeah, it's 2 rounds away from match point.
Snaley clan going to full rotate onto this A site. It is a 4v3.
Trying to send some fire in through that smoke.
Vengeful finding one. Tazumi finding another through the smoke.
Again,
Tiana able to get the trade, but it might be too little too late. The ult comes in on default. Serena finding one before, actually avoids, fully avoids the ult. Vengeful finding one onto Hakusuka.
Right after the plant, yeah. All right, they have eyes on Tiana.
Serena down to 5 HP, finds the kill, but is suppressed and cannot heal.
Can we see a double swing here?
You're not going to find the double swings.
Yeah.
A great ult comes in from Tiana. She puts it away in perfect timing as Sensation pushes out but is not able to find the kill. We're going into an 11-1 half. ASU 2 rounds away from ending this off and getting their first win of this series.
Yeah. I mean, we are going to get a refresh on that timeout, if I'm not mistaken, for Lavender. If they are going to want to throw that out, now would be a good time.
They cannot time out first round.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
So
they would have to time out.
Or I can lie and they can time out first round. It is an interesting timeout first round, I will admit.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, it's either now or if you go down this round, you time out at match point, and that's not very great either.
See, it's tough though, right? Because you have no read on what ASU is going to do so far. The momentum has already stopped.
Yeah.
The switching of halves is a momentum stop in and of itself because you're now playing a completely different role.
I would say ASU, like again, GCU now has no information on how ASU is going to play offense here.
And now with the timeout coming in, they have no way of stopping an ASU push.
Yeah.
They don't know what ASU is planning on doing going into these rounds.
Yeah. And timeouts are a double-edged sword. You're giving them as much opportunity to strategize as you have.
Exactly. So. But both teams on 800 credits apiece. They're looking for, they're looking for the ghost. They're looking for maybe some util light shield.
Yeah.
They're looking for what can get them the win.
Yeah.
Especially on the side of GCU, who is looking down the barrel of a shotgun. Now, 2 rounds away from losing this match, this game 2, and eventually the matchup.
Timeout is wrapped up already. Like you said, 2 games away from getting ASU to get a clean 2-0. GCU gonna have to pull out all the stops here. All right, we are seeing them gather up, ready for a B push, it's looking like.
Vengeful looking absolutely dominant in the second round again. Rin obviously
15-8.
Obviously getting amazing assists onto the shock darts and the recon darts, doing that damage.
I mean, it's just a good omen for ASU even more so. Again, Taz Numi was topping the KDA charts for both teams last round, and now they're in the middle of their own team because their other team members are just pulling ahead that much as well.
ASU wanting a push into this mid area.
Oh yeah, I said the
fast dash in actually does not do what they wanted to. Serial putting 1, 2, and 3.
Exactly the kind of play we need.
And now the last 2 players on this B side, they're gonna have to hold down a 5v3 retake. Not able to find that second one. Rin 64 HP. I believe that.
I mean, hey, ASU, we have seen them pull this back from harder.
About the same HP. Rin finding one before getting traded. Serena finding the trade. And Serial finding her 4th on the round. That is a great pistol round from the side of GCU. They absolutely needed that to give them any hope of keeping this second game alive.
As I mentioned, that is exactly the kind of play that they needed if they wanted to, like again, make this winnable still. With just that bang, 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 a triple kill for Serial Killer. I guess the name is a little apt.
Yeah. Now, GCU going into the second round, we've seen, Caster Curse is coming in hot and heavy here.
All right, hit me with it.
We've seen them throw this before.
Oh.
So all they're looking for is a hold on these sites to stop Snaley Clan from getting the 12th round on the second round of the second.
Yeah, it might sound weird, but 11-2 is where you want to play it safe.
You would think.
I was like throwing it out. It might sound attractive right now, but it may just lead them further down the path of in ASU 2-0.
ASU actually hearing Smallou drop there, unfortunately. They know that she's to this right side. 2 players from ASU on the A side, 2 on the B side, and Vengeful actually trying to peek tree, see if anybody wants to have a fight. Serena actually getting a couple of nice little shots onto Rin and Taznumi.
I say, yeah, they shot out a fefew, but not making a lot of contact.
No kills coming through. You see, Rin is actually about 60, maybe 70 HP, as same thing with Taznumi. And GCU just needs to hold on to the guns that they have. They need to hold on to this. The darts go out. 2 Spectres on this side, not great, as the Classic can hit hard when you're at distance, especially with the Spectre. These GCU players now going to have to hold and do a 5v5 retake. 2 players from ASU still in the B main hallway.
Satchel up.
Doing that little boombot bounce with the satchel.
I have a feeling we're about to see a very climactic gunfight, Evan, as it is 11-2, and this is both 5-5.
Serial finding 1 in main. Serena finding 1. Hakusuka finding 1 and 2. The last player in this boathouse. They're looking for a flawless here. They can't die. Tiana able to get up on 2 HP.
Very, very strong play from Lavender. We saw them push it a 5-5 fight to a 5-1 and just flirt with that spike there. Just like pretend to poke at it just to bait them, their last member out, and it worked like a charm.
Now, they're going into the difficult round here.
Yeah.
This is the round where Serena and Hakusuka have to shine, or they have to, and then Tiana, Smallou, and Serial have to play this very cautiously. The Vandal doing 100 to the head, or sorry, 160 to the head. It does all of your health, pretty much. Serena and Hakusuka have the better chance against these Vandals than Tiana, Smallou, and Serial do at range. However, if those 3 decide to play it a little safer, play maybe some better corners, play closer, they are looking at a good chance to bring this round back.
Yes. It's going to be looking a little bit tough here as ASU is still on the offense, moving to A for the moment, especially with that spike is actually going through mid. Wait, no, I lied.
Snaley wants this A side push. Yeah. They've got 2 to the side of tree, 3 to the side of main bomb. And Cruzley pushing in with Hakusuka's back turn. Hakusuka finding the kill onto Cruz somehow with the nade. And now ASU having a free sight. Tiana getting blinded by that, but luckily not getting pushed. Smallou actually plays that perfectly and finds a great kill on Serena, finding another kill. It is a 4v2, apologies, to the side of GCU here on round 15. Vengeful with a Vandal enhanced. Tiana needs to find these 2 shots before getting headshot. It is tough, and she does able to find it. She's going to get that Vandal, and now a 4v1 to the side of GCU. Bomb is down in sight. Sensation, she's going to struggle here. Actually does get spotted out by Smallou. The bomb is down. The time is ticking, and Smallou with a running headshot from the Spectre, and GCU is back in this game.
You know, maybe that timeout wasn't so confusing at all. I mean, we have locked in by the looks of it.
We have. And now a timeout coming in from Snaley Clan.
Speak of the devil.
Rin needs to figure out what just happened to their team. They lost their bye round. GCU was on a bonus. Bonuses should almost never be won when the guns are in the favor of the opposing team. But GCU just did it. GCU just found a way to take the lesser guns and bring it back. Now ASU is on a save. GCU's got the guns. They lost, I believe, 2 players in that round. It ended in a 3v2. Actually, it was a 4v2. It was a 4v2. So only losing 1 player. GCU's econ is immaculate right now.
I remember it was a 4v2 because I bookmarked it. I was like, the last thing you want to do is throw the 4v2
throw the
lead.
4v2.
I was like, the last thing.
So GCU now, their econ is looking immaculate. They've got the money to go into this round with the lesser guns. Now, I have a feeling you're going to see them buy up. They do not want to let ASU have any favoring in these in these rounds. They're 2 rounds away from winning this. GCU needs to win 7.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking, Evan. Optimistic though you may be, though GCU may have found its lifeline, it doesn't mean ASU can't snip it back once again because they are still up on a 11-4 lead here. games away from match point. Or, well,
Two
from a
rounds.
victory, really.
Yeah. From two rounds away from match point.
Yeah,
is
that's
exactly how far they are.
Yeah.
Now, Taznumi, Sensation, and Vengeful opting in for some light shield. It won't matter too much, though, because the entire GCU team is running Vandals. It's sounding like a B push. Serial Killer gonna let them have it. She's three orbs away from the ult that she so desperately desires to lock this B site down. Serena not able to find the kill onto Cruz before she pushes out.
Taznumi planting now.
Spike planted.
Tiana going to recon dart, make sure that this B main is clear. They is able to find one. Serial Killer needs to find this kill. Tiana actually finding the kill through the smoke. They are now going to push into this. Please spread. Hakusuka gonna find one into Boathouse. That is big. Rin finding a kill, but Smalu finding one. Cruz finding the trade. Tiana finding no trade. Vengeful finding that trade, and Smalu getting the final kill onto Vengeful. And now it is tough, because GCU may have the economy, but they are not wanting these kills to go through.
Yeah.
They've lost 3, and Serial Killer only with 1,900 credits, Hakusuka only with 23. They're going to buy up here, but they're still going to be down in credits. Ideally, Smalu buys Hakusuka here. Let's see if that's actually what goes through in this scenario.
That's exactly what I brought up last round, Evan, is that even when ASU goes down in those gunfights, I mean, they still bring a lot of GCU with them.
We're seeing a Serena op. And now, if GCU can find this round, they're looking confident in their economy. It puts Snaley Clan back onto an econ. Oh, I was hoping we would actually get to see Serena op, but we did not, as she's opted out and goes back to the Vandal. Serial Killer still 2 orbs away, or still 2 ult points away from getting that Killjoy lockdown. And now it is going to be a 5v5 retake now. This did go in the favor of GCU last time. However, the Snaley Clan had the gun disadvantage. However, Tiana finding one early.
Plus, just because it went GCU's way last time doesn't mean we'll this time. I mean, we have seen ASU's ability to adapt. Going for the wall bangs.
Coming through, not able to find a kill.
Yeah.
B main has not been cleared yet. Hakusuka find one. Sensation finding one.
Rock Fuse.
Hakusuka finding another kill. The nade going into Boathouse. Able to not find the kill onto Taznumi, and Taznumi actually swings 180 and finds the 3rd kill onto Tiana. That is a great hold from Taznumi. That actually puts ASU onto match point.
Yeah, nearly spoke too soon, and ASU was able to clutch up their really strong plays, despite, again, how much GCU was leading there for a second.
It was a tough break. Sensation finding a kill through a smoke, a headshot through that smoke was not what GCU needed in that scenario, and it honestly ruined their 5-man retake. As four ASU players may have been on site, a 5-man push could have held that, but a 4v4 was not the thing that they were looking for. Now Snaley Clan on their final match, on to match point. They've got 3 ults to their name. The Sova for the retake hold. You've got Jet Knives, which can be infamous, and that Omen ult can make you as paranoid as all heck.
Take flight.
It's looking like ASU wants maybe a mid to market push here. They're going to be clearing out whatever intel they can. They've cleared up to Pizza. They have not cleared Pizza or Market, so they're going to have to be cautious going into this mid push.
I mean, you're absolutely right, Evan. Caution is the name of the game. Like I said earlier, I mean, this is the last time you want to be playing it super unsafe and get a lot of people killed early on, is when you are down 5-12.
Tiana's going to recon drone, not get any information, as they have not pushed into that cubby section of mid. And now you see 2 players from ASU, now 3 players pushing into tree. You've got Cruz pushing A main, and Sensation sitting back in mid.
GCU well positioned to flank here potentially if Serial Killer does not rotate up, although it does look like they are going to.
30 seconds left.
Smalu is going to look to peek here early on. Sensation finding a kill. Smalu getting a headshot onto Cruz. 30 HP though. She's now 2-tap from a Vandal. Vengeful finding hell. Sensation actually finding 2 on that door. A great flank from them comes in, and now 4v2 on a match point is could be GCU's downfall.
It's rough, but GCU is looking for the clutch here.
They
have
now
to shoot through that smoke.
They now know where both players are in
Yeah.
this heaven. 2 players sitting in hell. Vengeful finds one, and Taznumi finds the second, and that will be game 2 to Snaley Clan. That will give them the record of 1-2, putting GCU now at 1-2 as well.
Yeah.
It was a tough game to GCU. They lost it. They lost that game early on. In the first half, it was tough. You know, we talked about being able to find out how ASU is playing and being able to get those reads. They weren't able to find them going into the second half, and then ASU obviously just 2 rounds away in that second half. GCU looking like they maybe have found a lifeline after that initial timeout just at the very beginning, but we're not able to finalize on the push that they had going on.
I mean, hey, obviously we got this GCU logo on our shirts. You at home on the GCU stream might want it to swing a certain way, but you cannot deny that we saw some really strong play from both teams.
Absolutely.
Really respectable rivalry here going on, and ASU comes out on top this time.
Vengeful showing that they are, in fact, the fragger of the team, being absolutely dominant, and Rin is showing that she plays Initiator the way Initiator is made to be played.
I would like to give props. I feel like every single member of ASU had at least one point where we're like, wow, they're the MVP. They're doing so much better than everyone else. I think they might have just all 5 been doing pretty well. That's why they were able to come out 2-0 here.
It was an absolutely fantastic showing from both teams.
And I mean,
you got to give props to GCU for holding out as long as they did.
Exactly, yeah. And speaking of which, you love to just see any real rivalry match, grudge match out here in the Valley.
Absolutely.
That's a great time to mention, I think, at least just for a little tangent, that there is the Cactus League coming up that GCU is hosting, which is going to be exclusively with teams here in Arizona.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see more Arizona matchups in Purple Rain.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But speaking of matchups in Purple Rain, tomorrow we have got another game being played. It is going to be the Western Wings, I believe we had mentioned earlier, versus UCSD. That will be tomorrow at 6 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. MST.
Yeah.
And that stream will actually be going up Saturday at 12 p.m. MST.
Yeah.
And then going forward, we have got TMU White versus North Texas next Thursday. We will be back again with that matchup.
Yes.
And then the next matchup on next Friday has yet to be determined.
But I'm sure it's going to be an exciting one.
It will absolutely be an exciting matchup going in. Now, Purple Rain, we love it. We're here for it. It has been hosting GCU for the GCU has been hosting it for the last 2 years. Rockstar has been sponsoring it for the last 2 years. We love Rockstar.
Yes.
We love their energy drinks. I was actually slurping one down throughout this entire stream.
Oh,
I do not have the can anymore because I finished it. Their lemonade is easily one of my favorite drinks
Fruit
ever.
punch for me.
I don't know. I like the fact that it's not carbonated. The lemonade not being carbonated makes it go down so much smoother.
That's the thing. I can't do a lot of energy drinks, not only because of how they make me feel, but also how they taste. Whereas Rockstar Energy, I was like, I don't know, something about it.
It's so
it actually goes down sweet.
It makes you all tingly inside.
But yeah, we just want to, like I said, we just want to shout out our sponsor Rockstar for making all this happen. Again, $5,000 prize pool. We could not put that together by ourselves. Keep you feeling like a rock star all throughout the day. More than. Well, just as much as that, really. I also want to just shout out all of the players who put their heart on the field tonight, not only in this matchup we saw, but in all the other matchups in this round and all the other matchups tomorrow that will be streamed Saturday. And I feel like it's a great time to say also, thank you guys for watching.
Yep. Thank you, guys. We'll be back next week with more Purple Rain. Outside of that, we've got FFF tomorrow, and then we've got Valorant playing in the NECC League on Monday.
Yes.
Tune in on both of those days. Those are reoccurring streams. Actually, apologies, I got that wrong. Valorant's game got moved to Tuesday. So we will be playing Tuesday, I believe, at 6 p.m. MST. So if you guys tune in to the channel that you're on right now, you'll be able to see more GCU content. And with that, I'd like to sign us out. I've been Evan Kettler.
I've been Micah.
And we'll see you next week.